Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I am hopping on. This video is really going to be about kind of a history background on where I was, what I went through, and where I am today, and what really made a difference in my health. Um, so I think, I have had symptoms of issues going on in my body since I was a teenager. It really started with cystic acne. Well, acne that developed into cystic acne as a teenager, going to every dermatologist I could, very uncomfortable with my skin, very quiet, very introverted. Um, a lot of different things ended up putting me in a situation where I tried ointments, topicals, even antibiotics to really move things in the right direction. And then when I hit about 18, 19, I just knew that at least with my acne, um, it had to be something deeper going on, and that there was a time when we didn't have these antibiotics, medications, ointments, and people dealt with it or maybe didn't deal with it back then. So that I went down a rabbit hole and I really did a lot of research and I fell into this person who basically talked about what we eat is a huge contributor when it comes to skin. And so I revamped how I was eating. I tried to eat as very little processed food as possible. For a while, I did a lot of just chicken and fish, and then like rice and beans and greens. Um, and I did that for a while. But when I first was doing the cleanse, I did a lot of juicing and I changed my skincare products. And I noticed a huge difference. For the most part, my skin became very clear. And this was at 19 years old. And this is just me doing just that, just changing my diet. I didn't do anything else. I still slept terribly. I sadly did party and stayed up late at night, drank a lot of alcohol, all of these things that contribute to what we know now as inflammatory to the body. But I didn't know that at the time because I didn't do any more research besides that. So then once I did that for a long time. While I was in college, I didn't sleep well, going to school, working, wanting to have a life. So, going out with friends, staying up late at night. Um, I had a very stressful environment in my home life, in my personal life. Um, and then, trying to create a career for myself while going through all of these things. So then I think I was about 26 when I started changing how I knew was being effective for my skin. So I was eating more processed food. I was going out eating more. I was just eating a lot of junk food that I knew deep down that probably wasn't going to do well for me. So then I hit like 28, and that was like probably 2 years of eating like that, doing stuff like that, that my skin completely got inflamed, cystic acne everywhere. It started out slow and I just kept ignoring it, thinking it would go away. It didn't. And it got worse and worse, and it covered my entire face. It was the most for me, as silly as it sounds, it was very traumatic because I had gone such a long time without having breakouts that now, like almost in my 30s, I was reverting back to teenager. And um and it was really hard. And so that was the first symptom that I ended up getting. And then started slowly getting consistent pelvic pain, chronic infections, um, all of these things that, again, I didn't really understand why they were all happening at once, what made this occur. But then I got to a point where I was seeing so many different types of doctors. I was seeing medical doctors, holistic doctors. The medical doctors really just would just want to like put band-aids on things. So they wanted to give me antibiotics, medications, pain meds, and those were good for temporary relief, but I wanted answers. I wanted to know what was going on, and that wasn't something that I was able to get from them. And I kind of knew it. So then I started the holistic route, and a lot of it again was temporary relief. I wanted something deeper. I felt like, yes, they were helping me, but they weren't able to tell me anything as to why this was occurring in my body, what was going on, what were things that I was doing that was causing this to happen, like that I had control about, didn't have control about. So again, like they were helpful, but they weren't really getting me the relief that I needed. And so that's when I started digging more, doing more research. And then I fell into a program where I learned everything from the root all the way up into the top of the plants, basically showing how our bodies can be like icebergs, and underneath we don't realize how deep it goes, what type of things are contributing. And when you learn that type of aspect, you realize that it's not just something that happens overnight, it's a progression. And there were things that I could easily, besides my diet, could start to control that could probably help it getting more progressive, or at least helping my body start to heal itself. So then once I got into all of that, I was able to really change about 70% of how I was feeling on a daily basis. Then the other 30% really came in when I introduced another aspect. And this aspect really was able to give me data. It was able to show me exactly certain things I needed to stay away from. And that's where the functional labs came in, and it really transformed my skin, it transformed my pelvic pain, it transformed my chronic infections. And it was just something that really I could not say I would be here. First and foremost, it was by the grace of God. God led me to every single aspect of this, even if I didn't know it at the time. But it was really by the grace of God that He put this in my lap. He gave me this hunger to want to learn, because not everyone's wanting to learn, and that's okay. But He also gave me a passion that I want people to understand that they do have some type of control over their health, and that they need to start making these type of changes. I want more people to be aware. I want more people to really have a hunger for wanting to be their own health advocate, and really understand that even if it seems hopeless, it's not. That is definitely a lie from our world, our system, the enemy. And it's something that we are only able to change when we take that first step. And I really want to be able to educate people on how to do this. I want to educate people on how to be their own health advocates. And my story is testimony alone that it can happen. It's There's not a part that's ever like this is going to be the easiest thing ever. It's probably going to be tough, but when you're in a state of being in chronic pain, you don't like who you are, you don't like what body you're in because of your pain or because of the symptoms, that you there's only two choices, and the only choice that even seems plausible is the one of healing your body so that you can have a decent life. Because the quality of life for people who are in chronic pain, um, you want that. And when quality of life goes down, there's not really much that people feel like they want to live for. But I praise God every day. You know, He delivered me from that. He delivered me from that sickness. And again, it's something that each and every one of you can have. So I just want this to be something that people can look to and maybe view and maybe grab some type of nugget. Like, no matter what part, how hopeless you feel, it is not hopeless. There are answers out there for you. There is hope out there, and this is just the beginning of your health journey, and you have the power to become your own health advocate and to start healing your body. So I'm going to be releasing videos, really getting a lot of information, a lot of people educated. There's going to be links in a lot of different of these videos of where you can get more information, where you can get in contact. But really, comment below, wherever you see this at. If you have questions, I am more than happy to answer any of them that you have. Well, guys, have a blessed day, and we will talk soon. Bye.